good morning, and praise the Lord, everybody. Welcome to another edition of our Good Morning Grief Devotional. Excuse me. Under the weather, you hear me? Under the weather today, y'all pray for your boy. Trying to recover. So y'all keep me lifted up in prayer. But we are definitely here for our grief devotional. Yo, this is the daily grief devotional that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expression of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is what you reveal on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. Excuse me, I'm going to get through this. We're going to get through this quick. You hear me? I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Small steps lead to great distances, and we're just committed to helping you to navigate through the grief that you are going through. Today is day 38, and we're going to talk about, will I transcend my grief? Will I transcend my grief? That's the question. Will I transcend my grief? I sometimes wonder what my grief will feel like years from now. I know I will still love. I know I will still feel the loss and some degree of pain. But what else would I feel? Do you ever wonder as you go through your grieving process right now? You know how painful it is now. You know how intense it is now. But do you ever wonder what it will be like a month, 6 months, a year from now? Do you ever wonder, will I transcend the grief that I'm currently feeling now? Sometimes you can feel helpless and hopeless. Sometimes you can feel as if it's never going to end, or what you're dealing with, you're never going to get out of this season, or this pain that's so intense is never going to let up, right? And so the question becomes, will I transcend my grief? I know I still love, I know I still love, I know I still feel the loss and some degree of pain, but what else will I feel? Will I ever feel peace? Will I feel wiser? What will I have learned? Will I ever get to a point to where I feel peace? Will I ever get to a point to where I feel wiser? Will I ever get to a point to where um, I can, not only am I going through pain, but I can begin to extract some lessons from the grief that I'm dealing with? Will I feel wiser? What will I have learned, right, as I navigate through this thing called grief? To transcend means to go beyond the range of limits of. Even now, I feel myself changing. I am different now than I was before, and I continue to evolve. And that's the one thing, that's the whole premise and purpose of this devotional, to see evolution, to see yourself growing, to see yourself developing, to see yourself transcending, right? That we say small steps lead to great distances. So the whole purpose is for you to stay in the fight, to be consistent, right, with your grieving and with your mourning. Because the more consistent you are, the more change you'll start to see. You'll start to see, you'll start to evolve. You'll see the growth. You'll see the development, right? But you got to be consistent with actively mourning. To transcend means to go beyond the range of limits of. Even now, I feel myself changing. I am different now than I was before. And I continue to evolve. I can look to the future and see that I will surely go beyond the range of limits of my current self. Part of grief is being optimistic, right? Being optimistic that it gets greater later. Being optimistic that if I stay in the fight and if I continue to move forward, if I allow my grief to turn into mourning, if I continue to not suppress but express outside of myself what I'm feeling, if I continue to do the work, right, I will transcend. I will be in such a better place. And some of you who has been grieving for any amount of time, maybe you can witness and testify to that, because you can say, yeah, I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. And you can be an encouragement to those who may be fresh in the midst of their grief, who can't see light at the end of the tunnel, who can't see anything other than their pain, who can't imagine life grief free or pain free, right? You can be a witness that if you continue to actively mourn, you'll get to the point to where you will grow, develop, evolve, right? And you will transcend in the midst of your grief. Therefore, I set my intention today to move toward a future me that lives as fully, deeply, and meaningfully as possible. If when you know it's possible, y'all, you set your intention today to move toward a future you that lives as fully, deeply, and meaningfully as possible. Here's the final thought. I am spiritually without limits, and I intend to soar. I am spiritually without limits, and I intend to soar. Today is day 38. I'm so glad we got that straight. I told y'all it's going to be short today because I'm not feeling it, but I'm going to show up for y'all. Look, I hope you was blessed. I hope you was blessed. Y'all pray for your boy. I'm trying to get better. I want to get better. I want to transcend whatever I'm going through. And so y'all keep me lifted up in prayer. Y'all be encouraged. Hang in there. Continue to be hopeful and optimistic that you will transcend your grief. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. Let's go.